Hello. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us for session 9 of Trinity's Wake, a Mage 20th Anniversary Edition actual play-ish. Here on the Happy Jacks RPG Network. To find all the sessions of this game, visit happyjacks.org/Trinity's Wake. And to find all of the shows on Happy Jacks Network, visit happyjacks.org. My name is Adam, and I am your storyteller for this particular campaign. Just a content warning that we have drugs, drinking, gambling, smoking, all the normal vices. Yes, it's delightfully sinful. So if that's not your thing, this is probably not the place for you. But if it is your thing, come on in. The water's fine. Just a reminder that we also use safety tools here at Happy Jacks. We have a visual and non-visual X card system, as well as a lines and veils document, because we believe that that safety is an important practice in gaming. Reminder, yeah, that's it. Let's introduce our players and what characters they play. How about we start here?
Hello, everyone. I am Dion. I'm playing Silver, the icon of matter, and I'm excited to get back to Seattle.
Yes.
One of these days.
One day.
Eventually.
One
At some
day.
point.
You know, the setting of our whole campaign, we'll get there. Yeah.
It was?
Yeah. Hush. Hush, I'll kill another NPC.
Oh,
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Did you kill an
Just
NPC
kidding.
while I was gone?
No, but I shot one.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Good for
yeah.
you. I mean, like you do.
Yeah, like you do. So,
Cool.
who are you?
Oh, me? Hi, I'm Courtney, and I play Evelyn, the icon of life. And I am also excited to get back to Seattle, because Seattle's a pretty rad place.
Yeah. Yeah. And here.
Oh, me.
Yes. You.
So I actually blame I blame Adam because when something mysterious and strange happened, and we had a premonition about it, and then we decided we were going to try and find where it was. He was like, "It's over there," and now he's bitching that we didn't stay here when he told us it was over there. So of course we went over there.
It's bitching so much as disappointment.
This is Adam's bear story, and if you're an old-time Happy Jacker, you'll know what that means. Anyway, I'm Nick, and I've already talked enough.
And
Hello, I am Pooja, and I'm playing Banu, who is the icon of time, who apparently missed a good time.
yeah, very good time. Yeah. You missed all the gambling. There was a lot of gambling. So, yeah.
Well, you know what? I had my own gamble.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
my own gamble
Exactly.
the episode before, so.
Yeah.
Even in Pooja's absence, Banu was doing some hardcore drugging and flirting.
Oh,
yeah, that's true.
Then you
for
did
sure.
correctly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I had a feeling I knew what you wanted. So, yeah.
We're just,
yeah.
you get me.
I get you. Yeah. Banu drugged and flirted, and
Like,
Evelyn
we stayed up
flirted.
late. I don't think Banu ever made it to bed.
No.
Yeah, no.
Banu didn't return from the after party at Liberace's
Yeah,
concert.
like at all till the next day.
I think if they had, then it would have been a problem.
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They would have made it a
Like,
problem.
Liberace, Jasmine, and whatever we want to do. Yeah, I think we'll stay.
If you remember the moment, you weren't in the moment.
That's right. So let's do a short minute recap. We'll do a little bit short minute. Let's do a short recap. So we'll go back a little bit because Courtney and Pooja were not with us last week. So just to kind of get them a little more caught up, and for you, our audience, to get caught up. So previously on Trinity's Wake, our heroes had made it to Vegas, courtesy of Liberace and Mamie Stalker, the mentor of Alexander. And we're hanging out in Vegas, having a grand old time, trying to figure out what their next steps were. What's it? Silver played in the Vegas concert with Liberace himself, Mr. Entertainment, or Mr. Show Business. Yeah, Mr. Show Business. And so
It's our world. We can be whatever it wants.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Nailed the concert. There was a delightful after party, which, as we just mentioned, Banu and Banu's new friend Jasmine, who also happens to be the designated next member of the Mayfair Club, could not. Did I say Mayfair Club and Mayflower Club? Yeah, Mayflower Club. So sorry.
It's okay. It's been a while since we've been there.
Yeah. Right. Damn it. Damn it. I'm never gonna live this down. So the newest member of the Mayflower Club designated, Silver and Alexander met up the next day with their new friend Hedvig Kiesler, who turns out, after changing into a dress, is Hedy Lamarr, and Ms. Lamarr revealed that she was quite the scientist and also quite the mage, and Hetty took Silver and Alexander to her ranch way outside of town, where they worked on Hetty's portal contraption that would allow them to transport from Las Vegas all the way back to Seattle without suffering the massive paradox backlash that would otherwise surely occur. Yay! So they didn't get there, however, because on the way out to meet at the ranch, Banu and Evelyn and Jasmine were unfortunately trailed by the agents of the New World Order and the Technocratic Union, and the U.S. Army and the FBI, CIA, NSA, and whatever else, all the other alphabets too. Yeah.
I just remember who you shot. When you said that, it blew past me.
Yes. Yeah.
Just recap helping me. Yes.
Yeah. So
Our favorite beer to party with, ATF.
yes, the ATF. I'm not sure did they exist at the time?
Well, but
The
neither did
ATF
the NSA, so
That's
whatever.
true, they didn't. Yeah. So okay, yeah.
But the OSI
Oh, the OSI did.
instead
Yes.
of the CIA.
Yes, yeah. Not to mention Shield, I'm sure. That distinct, visually similar but legally distinct.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shield. So just as they were about to perfect and had just finished the successful trial of throwing a piece of fruit through the portal and having Nona call from Seattle and say that the fruit made it safely but landed in the pool, so aim a little to the left. And at that moment, there was gunfire heard, and everyone ran upstairs to find Banu, Jasmine, and Evelyn carrying Eddie Rhodes, Hedy Lamarr's personal assistant, who had been shot as they frantically escaped the army that was bearing down on them and burst into the room. And that's where we left things. So...
Okay, so man on my shoulders, got it.
Yes, yeah.
Sorry, Carrie.
Yeah. It was probably more like
I was like, aren't you like amazingly strong?
I
Yeah.
am.
I feel like you're just like cradling them on one arm like a baby.
yeah, right. Yeah. Just got this like 6 foot
Anybody order
soldier
this?
here. Yeah. Right.
Got your man here.
Yeah. That's why I had Evelyn
It's like those
carry him.
acts where one
Yeah.
person is pretending, like
Uh-huh.
doing the ballroom dancing with like the dummy, just moving them around.
Yep.
Yes. And so that is where we left things at the end of session 8. And so now we are going to begin as the lights dim, the candles flare, the incense fills your nostrils, and there's a crack of thunder and a crash of lightning, and Nona appears. Hello, darlings. You don't know me, but I know each and every one of you. My name is Nona Redbird, and I live in a fantastical world of magic and wonder. Here's the secret, so do you. For you see, magic is everywhere. You have free will. And you do have free will, darling, but you must insist on it. Tonight, we're going to tell a story that goes all the way back and all the way forward, because this is a story of people who insist. So, scoot up to the edge of your seat, because that's where the fun happens. Grab a drink if you're so inclined, listen to the music, and slip into our world. And the door crashes open. Evelyn, carrying the body of Eddie, who has clearly been shot, and Banu and Jasmine appear in the doorway, bursting in. And you can see behind them and hear the roar of the trucks and the tanks and the helicopters that are gathering outside. And you catch a glimpse through the open door before Banu slams it shut, that it is a literal army approaching outside to take you down. Hetty Lamar, whom Banu and Evelyn, you realize Hetty Lamar is in the room. you didn't meet Hetty Lamar. You met Hedwig Kiesler, a rather smallish man, pretty, some might say, and dapperly dressed. But you see now that this has been Hetty Lamar. Yes, that Hetty Lamar, the world famous actress, one of the
In a
most
suit.
beautiful women. In a suit.
Yeah.
Yes, she is in a suit. Yeah. But she is as radiant and beautiful as ever, and does not look at all like she's over 6 foot and has a purple mohawk. Sorry. Inside joke. We love you, Jason. And she rushes over to you, and she kind of screams out, "Eddie!" And she kind of helps you ease him onto a couch and starts looking him over. You can tell, even without, because this is what you do, like, life signs, but you can tell that he's alive, but barely hanging on. So
Okay.
it's a pretty, it is a fatal wound, but it's not an immediately fatal wound, if you can fix him in time.
I think I can fix him. Just leave him to me. Work on portals, whatever it is.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, we can do this on the other side. We gotta go.
But there's an army out there.
Yes, we're all going.
And they're going to be in here if we don't go.
My work, though, my lab.
It's a loss. Let's go. There were tanks outside.
It's
We
not
need to
worth
go.
dying for. You can recreate it. But if the concern is you don't want it to fall into anyone else's hands, I'll take care of something.
That's
Go.
going
Go.
to be best.
Go.
Yeah, everyone, follow me, and
Pick up
yeah.
again.
and she leads she leads you to this very nondescript looking door, but as you get up to it, you see her just sort of wave her hand in front of it, but and those who pay attention to these things probably notice some extremely subtle movements of her fingers as she waves her hands in a specific pattern. And then
They are very attractive.
yeah, they're beautiful fingers, and they just move so perfectly, almost like she's playing piano. On this invisible circular keyboard in front of the door.
Ooh, I love that image.
Yeah. And then the door swings open, and she rushes you all downstairs. So so you get down into the lab, and Banu and Evelyn, what you notice is that there's a large array of music instruments around. There's like no less than 3 pianos in this room, and there's another room off to the left. You can see a glimpse of like a whole bunch of other pianos and like shelves of different musical instruments. But out on the lab tables here, you see like a trombone. There's a trumpet. Silver grabs his saxophone and hurriedly puts it back in the case.
That and maybe a couple of
Or
other cases that
yeah.
I may have placed near the portal to grab on the way out.
Okay.
Didn't we have luggage
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, you did.
Some
yeah.
people
Did-
had luggage.
It's in a car
Okay.
somewhere in Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fine.
Well, yeah, it's actually no, you could have, well, Silver and Alexander's luggage is probably here. But Evelyn,
I
well,
can make
Banu,
more.
Banu doesn't have any luggage
Bonu's been
anymore
rocking
anyway.
whatever they find
Right.
for days now.
However you got here, you probably would have brought your luggage with you.
I don't know how I got
Depending
here.
on how
I was-
quickly
Yeah,
they
Yeah.
leave.
yeah. You could have a couple of bags with you. Jasmine could have grabbed them from the trunk while you
Sure.
Jasmine and Banu could have grabbed the bags while you picked up the person. So, yeah. And then
Do we
yeah.
do we want to like pause for a moment and do a little bit with their arrival and dealing with how they got there and
I got the
Just
gist
give
of
it
it.
a-
I feel like this works out great.
Yeah.
okay. I wasn't sure if you wanted a scene
Yeah.
about it or anything.
It's a mystery. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a mystery wrapped in an enigma. It's
Leave
a-
it to your imagination.
Yeah. How did you learn
I like
to
the
not
idea
have
that
fun?
we don't know. Just
Yeah.
the door
Yeah.
cracked open, fucking tanks.
The audience.
Like, how did you outrun a tank and What? Okay.
The audience can also use their imagination.
Yeah.
Oh,
And if,
that's that good.
if the audience hasn't learned to roll with the punches on this show by now, like
Fair
If
enough.
you can watch a Fast and Furious movie, you can just imagine they outran helicopters.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
This
they-
isn't
they
at all because I
grappled them and
have
pulled
no
them down.
plan and or
The
idea what
fabric-
happened, right?
The,
It's-
the
yeah.
power of family compels you.
Right.
So, yeah. As you all rush down the stairs, you just hear these massive booms from above, and you can you can feel the house itself shake as shells start to hit it above you. So Hetty says, "We're not going to have much time. They'll break through at any moment like this. My magic ward should hold up for a little bit, but we've got to get this thing going." And she runs over to this console and starts flipping knobs and moving dials and all that cool weird science stuff. And so
Sorry, just weird science came into my head, and so
Oh.
I was about to make a joke, but then I thought better of it, and then you asked me anyway.
yeah,
So
yeah. Don't worry, I sing the song too every time I hear it.
It's that whole H.G. Wells.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Along the one wall, there is this kind of large circle of wires. That's looks like it's about a 6-foot diameter circle of these wires, sort of like arranged, against the wall, and you can feel the hum of energy, and you can all sense the magic start to churn in the atmosphere as it powers up, and within a few moments the interior of the circle starts to glow, this like bright crackly blue energy, and you feel you feel a rush of wind come in through it. I was trying to think about the elevation and pressure.
difference.
Yeah, right. Like, which way would the wind flow? So wind just kind of air just kind of rushes in, and you can smell the distinct smell of as the air rushes in of known as cigarettes and known as perfume. So
I'm sweet.
And
Yeah.
opium.
Without the hint of chlorine.
yeah,
Right in
yeah,
the
but
pool.
just a little bit of chlorine for the pool. Drowns out the gin that she's drinking.
Except for that night, she filled the pool with gin.
Right.
That was a surprise.
Yeah. Well, she didn't fill the pool with gin. She made gin in the pool. She's old school.
Yeah,
She knows. She
bathtub gin,
bathtub-
darling. That's not going to serve everybody.
A bathtub. This is a party, darling. And
That is so much gin.
It's a miracle we all finished it in one night.
yeah. Somehow though.
You're welcome.
It wasn't a miracle. It was Evelyn's magic. Thank you very much.
Just kept walking by.
Metabolism magic.
Yeah.
Don't die, don't die,
Yeah.
don't die, don't die.
Regenerate
Yeah.
liver, regenerate liver, regenerate liver.
Replace all your blood. Okay, so so the you start to feel the air rushing in, and the smells of the known as penthouse, and the meanwhile the shelling continues, and dust starts to drift down, and you can see that the ceiling above you is starting to crack a little bit, and as she rushes to get it powered up, and she says, "Hold on," and she takes another apple and throws it towards the portal, and the apple bursts into flames. So,
And nothing going through the portal had done that before.
no. She says, "Something's wrong. Fix it."
This is an orange only portal. Hold on. I'm gonna reach out and find out what's wrong using my entropy.
Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. So make a.
Can I help him and check the matter, like a physical
Yes, you
structure
can.
at the same time?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can. Yeah. So all right. So let's see. You're just so you're using entropy. So we'll just do an arete roll for
Okay.
unit. And so this would be entropy.
I have it all.
Yeah, you
So-
have it all. That's right. But that sets the difficulty. So entropy, it's actually just 1 if you're just scanning. And so entropy 1, coincidental, so difficulty 4,
Okay.
and silver. This is similar. It's just matter 1, so difficulty 4.
Okay.
And straight Arte roll.
3.
What the
Okay.
hell? Oh. That's not a D10.
Well.
It was a D100.
Oh.
It was a percentile.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. No, you said difficulty 4.
Yes.
All 5.
Oh, damn.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So you guys realize, you both kind of realize right away that there's a section of the wire that has just gotten a little twisted, and it's not conducting the sound properly. And so it was perfectly fine on the smaller test version, but this construction, the larger portal, is much more complicated, and there has been a slight error. So I'm going to say with 5 successes, you're able to fix it as well. So what does that look like? What do you do so there's this one piece of wire that's just a little it's just twisted a little too much. How do you fix that magically? Or do you just...
My brain went zip.
Zip.
Like, does that need magic? Can that just?
I love
No.
I love
Magical pliers.
I love that too much. No, that's it. That's it. You
It was entirely mundane.
and you grab a piece of fruit out of the bowl and just throw it through, and you see it land on the other side.
Go! Everybody, go now!
Yeah. So
I'm going to help usher everyone through,
Yeah.
but I'm going to be last
okay.
because I'm going to destroy this lab.
Okay.
And not
I had the same idea.
Not just destroy this lab, but destroy this
I
lab.
think we all have the same idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What are you gonna do?
So the first thing I'm going to do is run around and just grab whatever random solvents there are, and I'm going to throw them on all the chalkboards
Okay.
to help smear and erase and obliterate that. But then I'm going to reach out with all of these flammable solvents and all of these Bunsen burners and all of these gas burners and all of that other fun stuff that could easily break down if the maintenance wasn't done correctly on it.
Yeah.
as the room fills with fumes.
Yeah.
And then I think tragically something's going to happen with all of that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a slight problem. You don't have enough time. You can tell from the cracking of the ceiling above you. You're not going to have enough time to throw solvents around.
Okay.
If only you knew it.
Then I won't do
Only
that
you
part.
knew a time, if only you knew a
If
time
only
mage.
there was a time mage.
So
I recognize I'm not needed here. So I usher people in and get the hell on.
I'll
Yeah.
carry Eddie through.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And George runs into the other room real quick and comes back out with a case. You can't tell what's in it, but it looks roughly similar to a trombone size case or something like that. But it's kind of a big music instrument case. Grabs that and then dives through as well. Hetty kind of stands at the portal watching you as you start to throw solvents on all of her work. So, Banu, how you gonna help? They gotta buy him some time. If
I
only
do
you did.
need to buy him some time. And so I am going to create a localized field where things just move a little bit slower. I'm going to borrow some time.
Ah, okay.
I'm going to take out a loan today that I definitely will not have to repay tomorrow.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Be totally fine.
So, yeah, I'm gonna just like all of these wires have really spoken to me. And with one of the in progress pieces of twisted wire in my that I carry on me, it's like, oh, this isn't gonna go this way, but these two strands are going together for just a moment to borrow some time from an alternate timeline.
Okay. All right.
Basically.
Yeah. Beautiful. So this is a time 3 spell.
Yeah.
So difficulty's gonna be 6.
Mm-hmm.
And you can spend quintessence to lower that, or spend willpower to get success, or both.
I am gonna definitely spend a willpower. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 successes.
3 successes.
3.
Okay.
Oh no, wait,
Oh,
with the 1. 4 successes.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So, you're able to do it, and Alexander, you can feel it as the time just kind of slows down around you. You can just feel this sort of calm come over you. As it even kind of soothes your. Even your body is like, oh, hold on.
And I think
Less
that
pressure.
there's just as this is happening, Wadu is like, oh, don't worry, darling. We have all the time in the world. And the dust from the ceiling starts to slow,
Yeah.
in its descent. And the kind of impacts from these mortars come further and start to even the sound from them, instead of impacting, you feel that a reverberation, that slows.
Yeah. So you hear it before you feel the vibration, and
Because there is this lab is currently there is another lab
yeah.
that's gonna decay a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Not too much. I didn't borrow that much,
Yeah.
but enough time for us to do what we need to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're able to throw the solvents around, and Hetty realizes what you've done and puts a hand on Banu's arm and says, "You are an angel," and starts grabbing some of her books, and she grabs some of her books and notepads, and just starts throwing them through the portal. So yeah. So So as you're getting the lab ready to destroy, the door at the bottom of the stairs that you came down just kind of slides open, or not slides. What does the door do? Swing.
It could slide.
It could slide, but the door just kind of swings open, and you see kind of an older man wearing like a local sheriff's uniform. With the just kind of gray hair, kind of nondescript. But the kind of guy you'd expect to be a small town sheriff. And he just kind of walks in, and he looks at you and he says, "Thank you, Banu, for giving us a little time to speak." And you recognize the voice. It's the man who took over the mind of the agent that you all captured. I see now that we are not going to be able to resolve this situation with this at this moment. So I wanted to take a little time to speak to you and let you know that you will not stop me. I do understand your determination and your desperation, but I'm afraid that this is inevitable. And one way or another, I will have to continue my work. It's remarkable what Miss Lamar has achieved here. If we had been able to secure this technology from her, we might have been able to end this situation in a more, let's say, humane way. But I'm afraid I'm out of options. And it seems that you will have this entire room devastated before I'm able to extract anything. It's a shame. Are you certain there's no way I can talk you into returning home and minding your own business?
Restore everyone who's been affected. Let's go.
Well, unfortunately, that's quite impossible. I'm not one to believe in impossibilities most of the time.
Possibilities are our stock and trade.
Where there's a will, there's a way. But it seems that, at least for this moment, our time has run out.
How disappointing.
You'd think you'd be used to disappointment by now.
And all of a sudden the sheriff's eyes kind of roll back in his head, and he just kind of collapses on the ground.
Tanks outside, people. Let's go.
All right, what are you doing?
I want to get everyone through the gate, and like as I step through, I'm going to finish my spell.
Okay.
But I actually think I'm going to grab this poor bastard and chuck him through the gate.
Okay.
It's not his fault. And, you know, being 1,000 miles in the wrong place is better than being dead. So,
I mean, giving the man a portal into like a conduit into the penthouse seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, you're bringing the guy who already has been
Do you think he can? I don't think we have time to argue this. Like on the meta, like if we do a timeout
Yeah.
here, I don't think that it matters who. I don't think that it matters he's made contact with this person before. I think that he's able to reach out to get a hold of anyone who isn't a mage. And maybe even mages as well, but they might at least be aware of what's going on. But any sort of regular person or someone who has contact with him, I think he's going to be able to do that. And he knows enough about us to already know, like in the time that we've been researching him, we're much easier to figure out because there is no secrecy about the Mayflower Club. There's no particular secrecy about our identities. I don't think that it's going to be any different than if he just grabs some random schmo who goes to the next party.
Yeah.
But you know, if this is in the moment, so if you're going to stop me, or you folks are going to stop me, then let's do it.
Silver's
But-
focus with 100%. Let's get the hell out of here.
Like I kind of thought that you two had already.
Yeah, I'd
gone.
already gone.
You and Eddie, you know.
I was saying that I was like trying to usher people
Right,
out
right,
so
right.
because Hetty's still here. I'm like, come, please.
Yeah, yeah, and real briefly with Evelyn. So you step through the portal carrying Eddie, and you find yourself, sort of at the poolside, at the on the rooftop pool, in Nona's penthouse, and it worked. You're alive. We forgot to mention. So, or no, never mind. Sorry,
Okay.
brain. Yeah, brain mixed up something. Anyway, but yeah, so you're able to get through, and Nona's there waiting for you, and she ushers you over to, you put Eddie on a lounge chair so you can get him fixed up. George comes through, and Silver's kind of standing at the portal, So why don't you give me an Arte roll to help Eddie out? Yeah, and you can do a wits plus medicine roll if you'd like, to difficulty 7 to.
Wait, so am I rolling Arte or what's supposed to
You can roll wits plus medicine and then add successes to your Arte. If you want, yeah. If you want to try and finesse it, or you can roll straight Arte if you.
Where's medicine? Oh, there it is. Okay. Well, I have 4 in wits, none in medicine, and then 5 Arte. So I think I got him. So. Yeah, I got him. He's good.
Okay, great. Yeah.
That's
Well, that was
3 successes.
Yeah, that was to help. So you can add 3 dice to your Arte roll for the magical fixing.
Okay.
So let me see. So okay, healing others is 3 dot
Yep, I
5.
got that.
Yeah, so difficulty is and this is it is technically vulgar, so difficulty is 7,
Okay.
and you'll need to spend and you'll get a paradox point. So mark a paradox.
Okay. My first paradox point.
Yay.
Wait, what makes it vulgar?
Because I'm doing it in front of people.
And you're magically healing somebody. So.
I thought you said we were at Nona's penthouse.
Oh, that's right.
We're not like in the main.
Yeah. You're,
Right, but other people are witnessing what's happening. But then,
Well, everybody here is awakened. Even
Okay.
or Eddie's not awakened, but he's aware of the magical world.
I'll
so,
take off my
yeah.
paradox
So,
point.
yeah. So,
I mean, if you wanted it,
I'm
I'd
sure if you want.
help you.
It's all good. All right. Anyway, lots of dice. Uh-oh.
Well, I tried to take off your paradox.
Well, hang on. Okay. Actually, I guess it's no successes because I had 2 1s and 2 successes.
Oh no.
So, oh, no.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Oh, the
So
heat of the moment.
yeah. So. Yeah, it's not working well.
Beyond me.
Yeah, there the wounds are a little too tough for you to deal with right away. So if you have some once you have some time, you can you can continue working on him and hopefully be able to fix him up before he dies.
Okay.
So, but you know,
I can keep
Yeah.
this.
yeah, you've got a little while. It's not like he's dying in seconds, but you know, it's like, you know, he's got maybe like 10, 15 minutes or so before.
Then I will just
before he dies.
continue to work
Yeah.
on him. 'Cause, what else do I gotta do?
Yeah. Okay.
Hang on, just give me a minute. I'm working here.
He'd be at the bottom of the triage list.
Yeah. 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 So, all right. So, then a small town sheriff comes flying through, gets tossed through the portal. Not flying, but you know.
Like Jazz from Fresh Prince.
Yeah. And then
Mind that first step. It's a doozy.
right, yeah. And Alexander and Banu, you step through with Hetty, and Hetty just lets out this really disappointed sigh, and she takes her gun out of her holster and she aims it through the portal, and just makes one well-placed shot into into one of the panels, and you have just enough time to see it shower in sparks as the fireball begins to grow, but luckily the destruction of that panel shuts down the portal before as the lab is engulfed in an explosion.
I guess I didn't have to cast a spell then. That's fine.
Oh. Well, there you. I thought your spell was the entropy to make it all go bad for the stuff.
No, the only thing I rolled was when we were looking at the portal. My idea with the pouring things on the billboard on the chalkboards was so that even when if they survive the blast, that nothing would be carbonized on there, and that also I would be putting more toxic inflammable chemicals in there for a bigger boom.
Yeah.
But that's fine if
okay. Sorry.
Hetty wants to blow up her own lab, that's fine. I got no problem.
Do you want to blow it up? Do you want to blow up the lab, Alexander?
No, it's fine.
You can blow up the lab if you want.
No, I don't need to risk the paradox. That's fine.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I didn't understand.
No worries.
Yeah. Yeah. So, so you're all standing at just outside, at the top of the Mayfair Hotel, and you can feel the sort of return to comfort in your magical senses as your magic sort of senses that familiar resonance that you're used to here, and so what do you do?
Still fixing Eddie.
Yeah. So okay. So all right, give me another Arte roll.
Miss Jasmine, I hate to impose on such short acquaintance, but
3 successes.
Oh, okay, great. All right, that's enough to stabilize him. So what does it look like? What you do?
Okay. She pulls out from her chatelaine the little like magnifying glass thing and kind of like puts over her eye, and then she kind of places her hands over the wound. Actually, no, I think she likes to gaze at the wound. She places her hand around the wound, and then kind of does that heartbeat pulse thing, syncs up with him, and then starts to bring her hands closed over the wound just to try to like get the essentials to close up and not bleed so much.
Yeah. And as you like sort of timed with the pulse, you see the slug of the bullet start to like, gradually like get pushed up and up and up until it falls off to the side of him, and you close up the wound. It's still, you're able to kind of fix the internal bleeding that's happened. You know, but it's going to take a little time for him to just heal naturally
Okay.
for the, you know, for the rest of it. He's, you know, but he's out of the woods.
Okay, and she'll say, well, you're stable for now. Just, I recommend some bed rest, and just kind of wipes some blood on. I'm sure she's already covered in his blood already in
Yeah.
her nice little dress.
Yeah.
I need to change.
And he looks up at you with his handsome soldier face, and he's just like, "You saved my life."
Yeah, I need to go change.
Good for you, babe. Good for you.
I love that response. Thank you.
God, he was having a
Thank you,
moment.
right? Yeah.
So good.
The angel of my dreams. Oh, she's gone.
You're gonna have to work harder for that one.
Yeah.
And I say, just get that one up.
Oh, but it's so much fun to watch them try. Don't ruin my fun.
And he's just watching her go, like, dreamily. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Evelyn's going, I can hear you.
I can hear you looking at me.
Yeah. Man. You're thinking of Jasmine?
I don't mean to impose on such a short relationship, but our friend here, and I indicate the Smelltown sheriff, would it be possible for you to muddle his mind over the past 3 days while I get him on a plane? Get Jasmine's mind, right?
No.
Oh,
actually, no.
never mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she is prime.
Prime.
Or
Okay.
no, I'm sorry. She is forces.
Okay.
Yeah, she is forces. But she does have some. She does have some mind. Yeah, but Sammy is also.
Yeah, Sammy is here.
Right. I'm sorry. For some reason, I thought we were missing mind. But yes, I would.
yeah.
I would ask Sammy that.
Yeah. Dottie was prime and Arlo was forces.
Right.
So Jasmine will be Arlo's successor. Yeah.
Already.
An upgrade.
1000%. Just in every way.
She also has a punchable face, so yeah,
Right,
that's
yes.
much better.
Yeah. She has a face you'd punch for.
Mm.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so the other members of the club are there, and
So
you wanna
let me
and-
retcon
Yes.
that a little bit.
I'm sorry, I'm no butting like everything you do today.
That's okay. That's fine. I don't need to be here. That's you know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Sammy, I'd like to get this gentleman back to where he belongs, but I think that would be easier if he didn't have any memory of the gate, any things that are going down, the club. Is there anything you could do to make this whole experience a bit muddled and perhaps akin to a crap, I have the
I believe
thing
the word you're looking for is fugue.
that will do. I was thinking of like on a drunk, like
Oh,
yeah, but fugue
Oh.
is better. Yes, that would be fantastic.
Yes, let me work on him. And he kind of sits cross-legged and next to the sheriff's head and just kind of places his hands on either side of his head and just kind of goes into what looks to you all like kind of a meditation. Nona is Nona is there, and she reaches into her bag and pulls out a large bottle of gin, and on a little tray there starts making pouring drinks very heavily. Darlings, I'm pretty sure you're going to need these.
I like to imagine she has like a doctor's bag with a big cross on it, but she opens it up, it's just like this
Gin.
martini
Right?
kit.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And so she's just whipping up martinis for you. I take it things got rather exciting.
Yes. I mean, you could. Aren't they always, though?
That's a word.
You could say that.
And everyone's in one piece, it seems. I'm so glad you're all back safely. What are we going to do now? Is there anything we can do? Here, darlings. And she starts handing out drinks.
I'm on the phone at the moment, buying a ticket for this gentleman whose wallet I've just looked at to get his name on there, so I can make sure that he gets on a flight and doesn't remember us and gets out of the scene.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
He's my problem, and I'm taking care of it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We have to do something, because otherwise it's going to be, well, the death of everything we've ever known and loved.
Oh, that's quite unacceptable, isn't it?
I think so.
Oh dear. And she like downs her martini and starts fixing another one. Well, is there any way we can stop this?
Whoever this mastermind is, he seems to have an in on the entire U.S. government, and I don't think that the 9 of us or the 8 of us can resolve that, at least not easily.
Well, what we do know, I mean, as much as it pains me to admit, the cat is out of the bag when it comes to the weapon. But, I mean, the mundane component is going to be what it is. But the magical component is headed up by his people. And when I say cult of personality, it doesn't quite, you know, he has a hold on people
I see.
that he should never have been granted in the first place. And I believe, personally, that without a head, this chicken won't run around.
I don't see a way we can take him out on his own territory.
No, but we have baited him quite nicely. Over and over and over again.
Do you think we can convince him to come here and buttress our defenses and prepare a trap?
I mean, we've never seen him come in person at all. So that's part of the problem, is that even if he shows up, he's not going to show up as him. He's going to show up as a doll that would do nothing to him.
We're not without resources, though. I
Nope.
mean,
We did learn from the scientist man that for the bomb, they're making at least 2 more that are much bigger. We could maybe take those out. Is this an option?
What happens when those go off?
More people die.
We'll hopefully take them out before they go off.
If this first test took the lives of 2 very strong mages,
More than that. We've spoken to others.
and that's what I was afraid of. And this could not only devastate the physical world, but could also devastate the magical world.
and it will. That's the purpose. Or at least, whatever he's adding to it. That's the purpose.
And to be truthful, I felt it. I felt the attack. I was less. I was able to steel myself against it. The poor Arlo and Dottie weren't, but I know that they were more attuned to those energies than I am. And if that did spread, it could destroy all of us who practice, and that would simply be unacceptable. And if we can stop them from also creating some devastating weapon of war, then That would just be icing on the cake, wouldn't it?
We spoke to the creator. The weapon is... I don't have enough time to turn it back. I don't have enough control over time to turn it back. To have that secret go unwhispered. But it's already spread beyond controllable.
I see.
One way or another, the weapons can be made. We may be able to stop these two. But knowledge once learned, right?
Yes.
But there's nothing stopping us from figuring out how to bring him here. What we need to do to lure him here.
Well, do we have something he wants?
He certainly seems interested in killing us.
Not if we stay at home comfortable and nice. That's what he wanted.
Well, he wants us to mind our own business.
This is true.
So, if we get into his business...
Enough that he feels like he has to come shut us up?
I'm not sure we have a winning hand here. If we lure him here, what's the plan for luring him here? If we can guarantee that it's him and not one of his agents. We've seen some of the monstrosities that he has access to. We've seen the military political power that he has. I'm not sure that baiting this lion is going to work for us long term.
Rather than... I know that everything that's happened has shaken you up quite badly. But if you lose faith that we can do something, then we will never be able to do it. It's the same way it works. It's the same way all of this works.
I'm not saying we can't do it. I'm saying we have to come up with a plan, because otherwise, sometimes you got to know when to throw the cards down and walk away.
Alexander, the walking away would mean... everything that he says comes true. And I've lived through that once, and I will never, ever let it happen again. You're either with us here, or you vanish.
Of course I'm in. I just want to make sure we think this whole thing through.
But thinking things through is not generally my strong suit, darling. But
No.
But
you're right, we do need a plan.
and Evelyn has quite the planner.
Thank you. I might still have a few contacts in the government. Maybe we could reach out to some of my spy friends and see if they have any information on this general person. Perhaps we can find something to leverage him our way.
How delightful.
Well, no promises, but
Well, now that I think about it, let's try to figure out. We've never had him come out, but he has at several moments felt the need to even send someone to speak. What is it that we were doing in those moments that made him even take the time to send a drone to speak to us directly? Like, those are the moments where we probably have gotten the closest, right?
let's see. The first time we were on the train.
Headed to presumably, well, the location of the site.
But how did he know that we were headed that way? Or that we were even interested in doing what he was doing?
He would have had to put agents on the train before. Well, I suppose maybe he wouldn't.
No, they drove up to the train. All of his agents came from the outside.
just a reminder, you did have a stopover in Denver when you on the train ride there, and the agents attacked you after that.
What do we do in Denver?
I'm like, wait, let me go back through my session notes. When did we get to Denver?
I don't think we actually did anything.
No,
right?
you didn't actually
just
do
think it
anything.
was a stopover on the train.
Yeah.
And
I meant like more in character. Like, what did we
Oh.
do to get their attention in Denver?
Yeah.
Well, on the train, asking around, poking at those scientists who were also on their way.
We talked. Oh wait. Silver doesn't know that. Or no, you did share later. You talked to one of the scientists on the train.
So if the agents weren't there for us, and they were there for the scientists,
We just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
I guess the next time we
Or the
got too
wrong
close to his location. The next time we got too close to Oppenheimer. Sounds like if we get close to his inner circle, he kind of gets nervous.
Well, or this last one when we were removing a piece of research off the board.
It sounds like he doesn't like you poking your nose in his doings.
no, he likes it not at all.
He keeps saying his plan is inevitable, but he's very much concerned with it stopping because he keeps trying to keep us from impacting it.
Just seem odd. If it's so inevitable, why would he care about you at all?
Right.
Why not let you poke around? I think we do have a bee in his bonnet.
I agree.
Perhaps we make a little sting, shall we?
I like where you're going with this, Nona.
So, in the meantime, we need to strengthen ourselves. We need to fortify the club and the hotel and make sure that when we do get his attention, it's on our terms and our turf. And then we kick his butt.
Language?
Fuck my language, darling.
Silver, you'll actually let me punch him this time, right?
Oh, of course. It's all you. The scariest today was, it actually was helpful. Because now we know the sort of extent of his reach, and we know we need to be ready for an army. Not just those kind of pointless, useless cronies that he always sends at us that kind of trip on themselves.
There's likely one on the way already, so we should move quickly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get to work, shall we? You need a montage.
I need a change.
Running up his baby.
Honey's montage is just lots of drinking.
Yeah. We flash between all the members of the Big Bear
Different
Club doing things, and
Oh.
then you see Banu like loading a bong and yeah. So let's take a little time and we'll let you guys sort of strategize what you're gonna do, what you're gonna work on. Yeah.
So can I define one of my contacts, because I haven't defined them previously? Can I define one of them as a radio producer here in Seattle?
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
And you said you had another government contact?
I have 2 spies.
Nice.
Okay.
One can be magical world, one can be government.
Nice.
Magic one's probably connected to the government anyway, because aren't they all?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
You know, some of them live out in the woods and hand out cookies.
Yeah, that wasn't mine.
I actually have a contact who could be helpful as part of this whole shenanigans as well,
Yeah.
because I have a courier.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So we got a radio producer. Do you have a name in mind?
Jimmy Judson. I suppose James Judson, but he goes by Jimmy.
Okay. All right. What about your courier?
You want me to name people?
You don't have to if you want. If you want, I will make up names. Yeah. Yeah.
I think my courier goes by never mind. It left me.
Okay.
That was like there was a reference and then I had it and then it's gone now. So yeah, sure. If someone else wants to make up a name for my courier.
Well, let's go to Evelyn's spies. Who you got?
Let's see. Government. What's something all American? Let's say Betty Fitzgerald.
Okay.
We're in the 40s.
Yes. 45.
Yeah.
And is Evelyn a mage or not?
You mean Betty?
Betty. I'm sorry. Yes, Betty.
I don't think Betty is. I think she's just really good at her job.
Okay.
And I guess I'll jump on the bandwagon since
Okay.
that's what we're all doing, because I also have a contact.
Let's do it.
It is my mentor and father.
Daddy.
Oh.
Yeah.
His name Gold.
Which means you guys are going to learn my real name.
Hey. Wait, do I not know that?
You know it. You're the only one that would know it.
I don't think I know
But
how
no
to
one else would
character.
know it. So my father's name is Joe Boudreau.
Oh, I love a boudreaux.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's an asshole of a father, but an
That goes with the
amazing musician and a great mage who can either help us or at least help train me to, and also probably why I'm so good at forces, who can help us in this.
Is there an X on the end of that Boudreaux?
Oh, it's real Louisiana. Boudreau.
Okay. All right.
And sometimes with an X.
Yeah.
Sometimes with the next, not this time.
Yeah. I would just like to point out for the record that I spelled it correctly.
So did I.
You know what?
Oh, you said X at the end. I thought you said, okay, never mind.
Yeah. That's what I was asking. Like, is
Nice.
it Boudreaux with an X or without an X? Yeah.
If you're okay with it,
Mm-hmm.
my courier is going to be Mr. Thibodeau.
Oh.
I love it. I love it. Thibodeau.
I mean, if we're gonna have a Boudreaux, we gotta have a
Gotta
Thibodeau.
have a Thibodeau.
Adam, do you want to make my other contact Alexandra's mom?
Oh.
It doesn't have to be. I was just saying, do you like to tie it in? Do you want to do that?
Not necessarily. It's if you would like that, we can. But
I mean, I don't have strong feelings one way or
Yeah.
the other. I
Okay.
was just trying to
Yeah.
tie it all up with a bow.
yeah. Yeah, we could. Okay. So, all right. So we got some NPCs we're gonna bring in, talk to. It's nice, got one for each of you. Excellent. Okay. And then you guys can start thinking about your start thinking
Give me a
about
second.
like what
I'll
steps you're
review
going
it
to
for the
take
day.
to get ready, and talk about your plan as well. So, I'm going to take a quick bio break while you guys strategize yourselves.
I don't know if you saw it when I sent it to you.
Oh, I didn't.
That would be
Okay, all right.
my first name.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Will be used.
I know. It's gonna come out of nowhere. I'm like,
But is there a
That's what
middle
he did with
name?
my mom. So Alexander's mom. So I was like, oh, I guess that's a thing
I just
now.
call her mom. All right, now we all plot against Adam. All right, how are we
All
gonna
right.
do this?
Oh, I picked up Prime 3.
Me too.
So I get. Oh, well, that feels
Nice.
redundant. then.
Well, no, because that happened during our story point thing. So,
Mm.
like super prime. I still don't quite understand how it works, but it's the foundation.
Well, I bought it, and I haven't used it yet. I just bought it because I was like, at the bottom of my thing, I was like,
Oh, that's right.
30 points.
I have 5 points from the last.
Yeah.
And
you
then
could have like.
I forgot
This is
this is
hard.
points, so I'm sitting on a ton of them.
no, right? That was my
Yeah.
thing. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
I'm sitting on all of these points.
So I will do that between today and next time. Spend points and
Now it's time to do it. As we reach to a dramatic climax.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But my question was, because I was kind of up between Prime and Spirit, but if you have Prime 3,
Mhm.
then I could take Spirit 3.
That's probably a good idea because I have no spirit.
Great. And that's what I'll do.
I don't have spirit.
And it's
no,
the
I
same
don't.
number of points and everything. So it works out.
I mean, I feel like us just being obnoxious is enough to get the guy interested in killing us again. But it brings up the good point of it's always the armies who he's sending after us. How do we get?
We need to find his weak spot to
Mhm.
get him here.
Okay, so what does he want? What's his motivation?
we have
what
to
makes
make
him care?
him believe that we can stop it.
Mhm.
We have to make
Mhm.
him believe, even if it's not true, that we're a bigger threat than we are to his
Hmm.
inevitability.
I think
I'm also not understanding yet, probably because we haven't discovered it, is like how does his magic connect to the bombs? Like, what's he doing? Like the bombs blow up, that happens, but like how is he magically linking whatever it is he's doing to the bombs? So maybe that's what we need to discover first.
that
So
sounds like a great idea.
how is he doing it?
Like-
Discover the how.
Wait, what do you mean?
So we know, a nuke goes off, explosion happens. How is his magic tied to the bombs?
How is it rippling through and affecting
Yes.
the magical community?
Mm.
I think, right?
Yeah. Well, like, because what Oppenheimer did, and we had that conversation with Oppenheimer's stuff shouldn't have infected the spirit plane.
Right.
Right.
It was the general's influence and magic works that had that added the secondary effect.
So what we're asking is, what is that magic? How
Gotcha.
how is it linked to the bomb?
So all we know are the elements of it. We know that it's forces and what's the other one?
I think it was spirit.
Matter?
I'm not sure.
Matter.
Matter.
Yeah, matter and forces.
Okay. I mean, that's something I can ask my spy to start looking into.
And then if there is something that it could be as much as like we say we have like, so what my courier does is bring magical artifacts back and forth in and out of town because like we have museum contact and we've been swapping out artifacts from the museums and getting them back to their rightful places.
I love that.
Nice.
Side hustle. You do what you gotta do. But the
Let's
courier
change the
also
campaign. I want to go start stealing things from
Heist.
But if we, especially with Hetty here, had an artifact that could protect against the blast, it's so powerful, it can protect the entire magical community of Seattle.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of working on something along that, although it's more of a mental thing, but although a mental thing becomes, enforced by reality. But at level 5 entropy, I can start manipulating memes and how people think about things, which is why I wanted to be able to reach out through Jimmy and create the idea of Seattle being a safe haven or being immune to the conflict or something of that nature.
Yeah, I think
All of this is well out of my area of expertise. So I'm going to spend my time just fortifying our front.
I like
I
that
can't
idea.
help with all of that, but
Mhm.
when it eventually opens up, I will help
Mhm.
make sure we're good.
I think with my spy, because she's non-magical, I think I can look into like the mundane information on the general, like find out what's his real name, where's he, like where was he located, what's his past, who are his connections,
How many apps does he have?
how many apps does he have?
All the apps, they all have apps. Well,
You guys haven't seen pictures of this guy. There are no abs, I assure you.
So this one has all the flabs.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
He's a portly fella. Let's say.
It's just the penguin.
Yeah, I'm going to eat these bombs. Yeah.
Seeing him in uniform, it's not entirely inaccurate.
but you said your dad is a really strong
Horses mage, yeah.
forces mage, and he was the one who taught you as well.
Music.
Music. He taught you music.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you said he was also your mentor.
Well, no, music and magic together. They're one and the same for us. They are.
Yeah. And I wonder. I don't know. I don't want to give your dad stuff to do.
No, I mean,
It feels
I-
disrespectful.
I haven't altogether figured out what I'm doing with this yet. So if you have ideas, I'm completely open to it. Because this whole contract was, I wasn't sure how I was going to rope this in. I just knew Silver was going to dread it happening. So this is like a, fuck, I have to do this, don't I?
Well, here's the thing. Like, if we're all setting up this like fiction and belief that Seattle is immune, then it makes sense, especially through the musical community, that people would start coming to Seattle, especially like aware musicians. So if your dad could be like leading a kind of like refugee band,
And if I work with you for the radio to transmit the meme and the ideas through music, like that could be a good synergy.
Yeah,
we all know that a
100%.
jingle is.
And I'm a roughly famous person.
Right.
Yeah. So I can be the face of it, like getting our come to Seattle, be safe here.
So here's how I'm going to kind of tie this all together. 38 years early, I'm going to start making Seattle the Emerald City, because it wasn't nicknamed that until 1982, apparently. Because Emerald as a property is very high on the Mohs hardness scale, indicating that would be safe, that would be like a good shield, hard, difficult. And I think that part of what's going to happen is I'm going to work with Silver and potentially Silver's father in order to get some musicians on board to broadcast this information through the radio. And at Entropy 5, I can start manipulating memes and matters of thought. And the more that I affect the matters of thought, the more that becomes the consensus reality of this area.
Okay.
So this is sort of this is a longer term plan. This isn't going to happen tomorrow, but
Yeah.
But that's, I think, a project we're going to work on here.
Okay.
I keep hearing you say memes instead of means, and I
Oh,
like.
Same.
Wait, I was hearing memes.
memes. Yeah.
Memes. Okay.
Oh.
So the book is written for contemporary things, but I would think that mass media and the way of making people think certain things and associate ideas is the same whether we're talking about funny picture, funny caption, than if it's radio jingle.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Wanting an Oscar Mayer wiener.
Yeah. And just so you all know, essentially, you have time to make preparations that you want to make, because as he kind of explained to you, as long as you're minding your own business, he's going to leave you alone for now. Although, I mean, you guys know that his business will ultimately affect you. But he's not like immediately coming, as far as you know. So when you all are ready, you can pull the trigger on your plan to try and entice him here. So you have basically as much time as you need to get this ready. So, yeah. Yes.
Sweet.
Okay. So, okay. So, would you like to
it's
share with the rest of
bringing
the
in,
class,
like
Pooja?
you were saying the Emerald City, so the courier is bringing in a shipment of emeralds.
Oh, okay. All right. Nice.
You know, quite well known in certain circles.
Huh?
I feel like my part of the plan should probably start first.
Yeah, absolutely.
The research. So I want to have my contact look into all the mundane information about General Leslie Groves.
Okay. All right.
And just like anything we can find out about him, like where's he from? Is he married? Does he have any kids? Like what was his career? Just trying to find like motivations and just like basic information that we could try to like pinpoint where he is or what he does, motivation, stuff like that.
When did we learn his name?
A while ago.
Okay. I believe
Wrote
it.
it
I
down
just
in
don't
big
remember.
letters.
It was when
somewhere.
when we met Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I
Oppenheimer.
was gonna say yeah. I think
I just keep
Oppenheimer would've told us.
thinking
Okay,
his name is
yeah.
Coffin, and I know that's wrong.
Look, I wrote real big
Coffin?
letters.
You did.
Coffin, like the
yeah.
coffin,
Like yeah, like.
and I'm like,
something you
that's
heard before.
wrong.
Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Like lung cancer.
Right.
You said that name. That name was like, I know that name.
Yes.
When the hell did I learn that name?
Yeah. I know, and like in my brain, like I keep thinking of him as Graves, Leslie Graves, not Groves. And
Oh, is it Graves?
yeah, no, it's Groves.
Oh, it is Groves. See, I even
It's-
corrected my.
Yeah, you're
no.
correct. It's Groves, but like my brain keeps saying Graves whenever I like am like thinking about him or researching and all that.
That's also correct.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. So
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, so let's see. Okay, so Betty calls you and she has information for you. And your phone rings kind of late at night. And you answer and she says, Evelyn, it's Betty.
Hi, Betty. What you got for me?
I've got some information for you. Are you ready?
She grabs pen and paper.
Uh,
Yes. Ready.
Look, first things first, I want to tell you, you're messing with some very big stuff here.
I am well aware, Betty. I can handle it. Thank you.
Are you sure? Because I worry about your safety.
Look, I wouldn't have been alive for 95 years if I hadn't been, had a good head on my shoulders. So let's.
What a what? I know, I'm not that.
Lord of mercy, should I live to 95? I should look like you.
Yeah.
But, what do you look like now?
Oh, petite blonde, kind of picking up your accent. Yeah.
Actually, I think that, it's like we're kind of like, oh.
I don't want to become
that's
dotty.
some of
But,
the,
yeah.
the old neighborhood.
Oh, just petite, cute, blonde, all American. Trying to fit in.
How lovely and nice.
Yeah.
So, well, I look the same, just a little older, because I do that,
Not jealous at all. Whoever this character is my new favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, good. You just killed her.
Yeah. Oh my God, I think I'm having a heart attack.
No, the information.
No. So, all right. So, Leslie Groves, General, Army Corps of Engineers. He's a big deal. And I can't poke around too much because almost everything he's working on is really classified.
Mm-hmm.
You know that giant building, the Pentagon that they just built?
Oh, yes, I've heard of it.
Yeah, that was him.
Oh,
So, and look,
what's it for?
well, on the surface, it's a headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll notice it's a little ostentatious, right? It's not exactly like a building that you would normally think of as a building.
Oh, so it's literally a pentagon?
It's literally a pentagon.
Ugh, how
Can you
tacky.
believe this? Literally a pentagon. It's like a giant, big bunch of bricks in a pentagon shape. And I don't have to tell you, you know, pentagons have power.
I do.
So I was digging around, talking to somebody, and I swear, they say there's something in the center. Nobody knows what it is, but they say they get really weird vibes in there. Now, granted, that's Kathy from their finance department. She's not exactly, you know, she's not exactly a full box of Fruit Loops. You understand?
I do.
So, but I'm telling you, her vibes though, never wrong. Never wrong. Now, don't listen to her at the track. She will bet away her life and you'll never understand it. But her vibes, always on point. I'm gonna have her go, you know, have a lunch there in the center tomorrow. So she's gonna check it out, see what she finds out. But for right now, I'm telling you, it's got power. But he's not there. He's in New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that helps you, but he's clearly got something going on. Look, all of this stuff that he's working on right now, it's completely top level, secret, classified. Almost nobody knows about it. Like, I even talked to Diane.
Diane? Really, Diane?
Yeah, Diane. And she didn't have a long time to talk. And, you know, they monitor the White House calls, so we couldn't really, like, go into detail. But she had no idea about whatever was going on in New Mexico. She said, there's nothing going on in New Mexico. I said, there's something going on in New Mexico. You know there's something going on in New Mexico. She said, no, I don't know it. And I'm like, well, if the president knew it, you would know it. And she said, well, and the president doesn't know it. And I just can't even believe that. But the president doesn't know it. Or if the president knows it, maybe it's, you know, maybe he doesn't even tell Diane. But Diane knows everything, you know. Like, real good set of ears on that one. But big too, bless a little heart. But listen, I'm telling you that whatever's going on, it's got the entire army behind it and a whole bunch of other people. There's like a list of subcontractors, like the length of my arm or my children's Christmas list. It just goes on and on and on. Can you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but look, he's got a life. He's like a normal guy, like wife and kids, like the whole 9 yards. But he's untouchable. Like, I mean, if you look at this guy's record, there's like nothing. It's perfect. It's picture perfect. Like, you couldn't even describe a more perfect general.
Well, some of us are good at painting those kinds of pictures now, aren't we?
Exactly. It's a painting.
So, his wife and kids you mentioned.
Yeah.
Are they also in New Mexico?
Not that I can tell.
So you can get me a location or names, phone number, anything like that.
You're not going to do anything to the kids, would
No,
you?
of course not. I'm not a monster.
All right. I just got to be sure. You know, I have kids. I know you don't have kids, but you don't have kids, do you?
I don't have kids.
95 years and you never had a kid?
Well, you know, when you have to change things up every 8 to 12 years, you don't really have time to settle down in any one place.
Oh, I suppose that's true. Yeah. God, 8 to 12 years. I would love to get a break every 8 to 12 years.
I wouldn't call it a break.
So, I'll see what else I can find out. But if you if you want to get to the guy, if you want to get information to the guy, it's called Los Alamos, New Mexico. And that's where you got to get to it. That's where he's stationed. Now, whether or not he's really there, what he's doing, I have no idea.
All right. Thank you, Betty. I look forward to hearing from you tomorrow. Give my regards to the president.
Yeah. Well, whom should I tell him is calling?
No.
With their regards.
Never mind.
That's what I thought.
All right.
Listen, you take care of yourself and you be careful, all right?
Always do, Betty.
I worry about you.
Like I said, I wouldn't have made it through 95 years of life if I didn't have a good head on my shoulders. Well, that and you know.
I know.
Hey, good night, Betty.
Good night. Yeah.
That's my favorite thing ever.
Yeah, that was. The rest of this can just be
Yeah,
both
well,
that conversation. You just that character and Evelyn. For the rest of it,
The
I'm good.
perfection. The sheer perfection.
Thank you. Thank you.
Somebody clip that, please.
Yeah. Yes, please.
And, this is what happens. See, when you give me 5 minutes to recalibrate, this is what you get. So, comedy gold.
The stew patented GM bio break.
Right. Right. Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. Like, well, I need to pee and I need to think. So this is a great chance. Yeah. So, okay. All right. So, was there any other specific information you were wanting to get from, specifically about Groves?
Well, one thing we had talked about, and I don't know if this is something Betty could do or if I'd have to tap a different spy, is we're trying to figure out how is his magic connected to the bombs? Because we know the bombs work on their own. So what is he doing? What is fusing with the bomb that's making it affect the magical world? Like, we haven't figured out the how yet.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the next thing that we need to track down about him.
Yeah. Betty wouldn't be able to find that out. But we can figure out who your other spy is, your mage spy, and probably get the information from them. So
Okay.
if you want to think on that.
Okay. Or if not, I feel like Nona or Sammy might be good people who might know people or have ideas of methods of this kind of thing.
Okay. Okay. So what's the next part of the plan?
Next. Or is that the next part of the plan?
Well, no, I was just thinking. Sorry, I got distracted by there's something in the center of the Pentagon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we now that we can go there.
It's another Pentagon because if you look at the outside and the inside, but
But here's the thing.
I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah.
So Groves knows that we watched us teleport out of Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
So, as much as I love the idea of and it could happen concurrently or as part of it, but if we could also, the thing that I'm wondering is if we made it known to him that, well, actually, Hetty is making a new teleport and we are going to be able to it's going to be to directly the center of the Pentagon. And it's going to be able to snatch his little
Power
nonsense.
source, whatever it is.
Yeah, snatch whatever artifact that is.
To say that we know about the Pentagon, we're going after the Pentagon could be a way to lure him at least.
Yeah.
Or if we find out the locations, we could scare him with the idea that we're going to teleport and disable your bombs.
Exactly.
Like before you can do anything about it, we'll be in and out.
Teleport me there and I'll punch him real hard. Still want to. I said this from the beginning. I want to punch a nuke.
Don't do that, please.
I can take it. Probably. Maybe. Okay, I'm only 3, but Evelyn thinks she can take it.
look, she punches the bomb. They stop time long enough for me to teleport everybody out.
There you go. Teamwork.
Makes the dream work.
Yeah. So,
Well, we still didn't ask the question. What do we do next?
Yeah.
Well, do we want to work on the musical project and the protecting of Seattle?
Yeah. So, are we spreading the news first just to try to get people to come? Is that the next step?
Well, I would say that I think that the way that this would work is that Alexander would sort of develop a message while Silver talks to his father, and between you two in the musical community, you can kind of get some people on board who would then be able to play the message
Okay, so there we go. So you tell me your idea. So
Right.
this idea that we want to spread a message, and now I need to be able to spread this message, but not just in the club, outside of it.
Right.
So I can't rely on the club band. I need to play outside of this.
Yeah.
So as you tell me this, I go, think, I can't believe I'm saying this. I think I have to call my dad.
I think I get us on the radio. I can make sure the message goes far and wide, but no one wants to hear me talk or play an instrument. That's why I'm reaching out. That's going to be the best way for us to get that message out there. We'll sponsor a show. The I don't know, some sort of entertainment hour. But what we'll really be doing is propagating our ideas.
Okay. I don't want to talk to him on the phone. That'll be miserable. So can we yada a couple of days?
Oh yeah.
Of me
Yeah.
sending message for him to come to Seattle.
Yeah.
Knowing the state of our relationship, I know he'd show up.
Yeah.
So I send for him, and then a couple of days go by and he shows up, so that we can start to put together a thing for this to happen.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So are you gonna meet him at the train station?
Oh God, no. He can find his own way. Hell no. He needs to come to the club.
So you're in the club rehearsing with Gordy and the band, and
Up in the club.
and Justin the bellhop comes in and hands you a note, and all it says is, "Please help."
That's all it says.
And he just kind of stands there staring at you and mouths, "Please."
Okay, come on, let's go.
I'm gonna love meeting your dad.
So I follow him where I know the trouble is. Wherever he's going, I know what I'm going into.
So at the front desk, the three members of the staff, including the hotel day manager, are standing there behind the desk, listening to the man speak and nodding, and looking for all the world like they are being lectured. And do you want to describe the man we see there?
Sure. He's about 5'11", 5'10", solid built, not big, not small, gruff beard, big booming voice. He's, imagine fast talking car salesman, but with a deeper voice, right? Like that. He's somewhere between fast talking car salesman and auctioneer, like somewhere right in the middle of that. Full of himself, like all the confidence, standing around, chest puffed out, head up.
Yeah.
Feels like he owns this club that he's never been to in his life. Yeah. And don't know what's going on just yet, but sure, this is going to be great.
This baby can hold so much ego.
I mean, all right. I have to figure out how much I need to recalibrate. He's standing there, and he is delivering a diatribe on the importance of customer service and recognition of meeting a man's needs when he is when he arrives.
If it helps you any, like I imagine him as like the worst epitome of a snake oil salesman. Yeah.
But he what do you do when you approach him? Because he's in his
He's
in his mode.
and I'm close enough to know who this is now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm,
Yeah.
Yeah. You recognize him as soon as you enter the lobby. Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up behind them, put a hand on the shoulder, and lead these people along.
Now, son, I'm not going to leave these people alone. I have things to teach these people. These people need to understand that when I arrive, I expect to be treated a certain way. Do you not expect to be treated a certain way when you arrive in a place that you are supposed to be?
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm really sorry, everybody.
I can't do deep voice.
No, that's fine. That's fine. No, this is fine.
I can do
This is fine.
Mississippi.
This is fine. This is fine. This is fine.
fine.
Look, these people are just trying to work. We have a room for you. Everything's already set up. I took care of it myself. Just come on. I just need to talk to you. Just can we please go? Let me get you a drink.
Can I make up your middle name? Or do you want?
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Sorry, now I had to.
Have fun with the middle name.
I know.
It's already a mouthful.
You asked for it.
Yeah. It's
Ignatius.
I feel like he's looking for something more French or not. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna fit in between these two names.
Man, I don't know. Now I gotta. Damn it! I need another recalibration break. This is when it gets hard. Names in the middle of a session.
Here.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Just go with you.
There's
Yeah.
so many people.
Yes.
You suffer.
Jackson Pierre Boudreau. Do you have any idea that I have come all this way to be received in such a manner? Now, I would love to go get a drink, but I expect, and he turns back to the hotel staff, I expect that while I am having a drink with my son, that you will make sure that my bags are taken to the appropriate place. And no, I will not be leaving a gratuity until I see the quality of the delivery of my goods.
Yep. Why did I make a character? I hate him already. I did this.
Just introduce him to your bestie. Just,
Oh,
Yeah.
problematic dads are my specialty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Problematic dads and secretaries from New Jersey. Like those are Long
You're
Island.
killing it
Those
today. You're killing it
yeah.
today.
I mean,
You're doing well.
do you want Mr. Thibodeau to be a New Orleans gay? Because I can.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Please, I need to see that.
I need
yes.
this. I need this because I miss
Today is the
so much.
today is the Adam show.
Yeah. Thibodeau's going to be a young Leslie Jordan. That's where we're going to go.
Give it.
All right.
So,
They're
Right.
going to take care of you. Come on. Let's go grab a drink. Let's talk business.
no. All right. Now, I understand as you're walking away, I understand you've been playing with this man, Oliver Gordy. I assume he is of appropriate quality for your talents?
It'll blow you away, Pops.
Well, I doubt that. I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, they'll play tonight. We'll worry about that later.
Yeah.
I have something I really need to talk to you about.
Well, I had a feeling you did since you asked me to come to Seattle halfway across the country, more than halfway across the country, and did not tell me a single stitch about what the subject of the day was.
Well, first, look at the beautiful resort you're at. Think of it as a vacation. All the amenities, and you're paying not a dime, besides travel, which I know you can take care of. Second, I really need you on this. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than whatever's going on. The world's at stake, and we really have to help.
Now, son, I can't tell if you're serious or if you're pulling my leg. If you're pulling my leg, you're doing it the wrong way. My leg doesn't go that way. My leg goes up your butt if you pull the wrong way.
I'm being dead serious. So let's sit down. Let's have a drink. Let me tell you what's been going on and what I need you for.
And he sits down at the bar and he starts to flag over Salazar and say, "I'll have a," and then Salazar puts his drink in front of him before he can even get the sentence out. Well, now you see, that's the kind of service I appreciate.
Just for you, Dad. Just for you. I purposely don't get a drink because I want him to think that it's just for him. That is an only him thing. As a matter of fact, for this, can we make it this one time Salazar lets me order? Because he knows that's what I really want right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Salazar lets me order
Yeah.
so that I can order. So he thinks that was special for him.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Salazar gives that million-watt smile and, and puts the drink down and says, sorry, and what would you like, Silver?
Old fashioned. Make it strong.
Absolutely. And goes to make the drink for you. And you see them put up the whole like they're doing the whole routine to show how special all of Salazar's drinks are made. And your father watches and appreciates. Now, so the fate of the world is at stake.
Yeah, look,
I expect an explanation, you understand.
yada yada, what we've been through, right? Like, yada yada yada. This is what the last week and a half has been like. All the things that I've done. I specifically leave out that I played in Vegas. Not important to the story. He'll figure that out later. All of the serious things from the past few weeks, and then I go. And so now we're at a point where a lot of people are going to die if we don't get this guy to come to Seattle. And in order to make this happen, we need people to sincerely believe that this is a safe haven. And we're going to try to make it actually a safe haven. We're going to do our best. But the real importance here is belief. I know you know the power of music and influence. So I have a friend, Nick, upstairs. He's crafting this message with some magic that are going to be able to really make people believe it. But he needs a conduit. He needs somebody to get it through. And so
he needs music from us.
He needs you and I. So we're going to not only play around town, but we're going to hit the radio shows in the morning. We're going to spread it as far as we can. The more people get to believe this, the stronger it'll be. The more influence we'll have, not only to protect people, but also to bait this guy out so we can really try to save the world.
Well, I suppose you know that I am not leaving here until I make sure you're safe and all of this is completed. So,
under my breath. Well, now you want to be a good dad. Under my breath. He didn't hear it.
Excuse me?
Nothing. Just
You're
listening.
a good dad.
Silver's dad and Alexander's mom need to get together and go bowling, right?
Well, I suppose we better start working on musical selection then.
Yeah, so the club, obviously, we're not going to do it down here. They made space for us upstairs, so I'm sure that Nona will work out like a studio spot and we can start working it out. I'll introduce you to Alexander tomorrow so we can put the message and the music together. But for today, just eat, drink, relax, enjoy, and we'll get started in the morning.
Did you say Nona?
Yeah.
Huh. That brings back memories. Took a trip to London back in 20. Young lady named Nona Redbird. Beautiful woman. So much fun. I got myself into quite a bit of trouble over that one. Well, I haven't thought about her in years. Who is this Nona friend of yours? How's she connected to all of this?
Nobody.
She owns the club you're standing in.
Oh, well, it's a mighty fine club.
Yeah.
Now, the band starts playing, going through their rehearsal, and as they start, you see your father, like he makes that face at first of like somebody's playing music and I get to judge them, and then like slowly you see his face relax, and he just kind of grins a little bit and his eyes relax, and you realize he likes it. they have his approval. And who'd you say that band leader is?
That's Ollie right there.
Ollie. That is some very fine music. This is who you're playing with.
When I'm in Seattle.
And this is who we'll be playing with here?
I haven't talked to him yet, but that's the plan.
Well, I suppose we can do something with that.
All right. Well, enjoy the rest of the day. Go easy on the people.
Well, now, son, some people, when they make a mistake, need to be educated about their mistakes.
I am very well aware with your approach. Very well acquainted.
I suppose you are. Well, you let me know what you're thinking as far as this music. I will have some ideas myself. So if you don't have time to plan things out, suppose I can take up that burden myself.
We'll figure it out tomorrow. Just enjoy the day.
And now, if you don't mind, I'm going to listen to this music for a little while.
You enjoy that.
Yeah.
And I take you out and get the hell out of there. Straight to the rooftop.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's the martini?
Can a person have more than 2 drinks? Is there a way can I use magic to sprout another hand?
Well, look, I don't understand. It's great.
Yeah.
That's at least 3 per hand, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when I used to wait tables, I could pick up 5 in actually a pentagon kind of shape. Like you pick up 5 and hold them against each other to carry. So, yeah. So, of
Might
course,
be a
it's
bit messy.
yeah. It's very difficult to drink them. That's usually when you're clearing the table and they're empty. But still.
Challenges to be overcome.
Yeah. So,
But also, your bestie could grow you another arm.
What'd you say?
Bestie could grow you another arm.
I got you.
Could.
I mean, as long as the dice don't go bad.
I'm sure it'll be great.
Okay. That's just the spirit I'm in. I don't need it actually.
The problem is that you have to tailor a shirt for his third arm.
We know how that goes. Is that still the only botch to
I
date?
think so.
yeah, the only magic botch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the
It
only
might
one.
be the only botch,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
No, some enemies botched once.
Yes,
a little
the mini-
car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
But
Yeah,
that
that
doesn't-
doesn't count.
yeah.
So, yeah. Right. So, all right. GM recalibrating. Okay.
And today's episode is called 1,000 Faces of Adam.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Well, now I got to get into it. Banu, I got your emeralds right here.
Oh, Thibodeau, my darling, you always come through for me.
I do. You know, I had to go through quite a bit of turmoil to get these for you. I suppose that I should probably raise the price, but I enjoy your company so much, I don't think I will this time. If I may ask, what are you planning to do with an entire case of emeralds? Are you going into jewelry making again?
Well, I never really stopped jewelry making, but this is going to be for a very special project.
Ooh, a special project. Is this one of your secret projects?
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Well, I don't know your secret, but whatever the recipe, I do enjoy the results.
And I think that everyone will appreciate the results of this as well.
Mhm. Well, I hope so. I'm happy to serve and oblige. I don't suppose you would have any special tobacco, would you?
You, darling, always.
Thank you. I could really use a relaxer today. You understand it must have been a very stressful day for me.
And I do appreciate the extra effort you always put in for me. So, and I hand over a little bag and I say, and just so you know, I put a little extra in here for you.
Oh, you are an angel and a seducer and a purveyor of vice. And I appreciate every one of those traits.
You know how to flatter a person, don't you?
I do indeed. I'm very practiced. But, I don't suppose that you remember your friend Thomas, who was recently in a bit of a spot himself, right out in front of this club, if I do recall correctly.
Yes, Thomas.
Yeah.
That was quite the experience he went through.
Yes. Well, he is out of the jail, and he has somehow managed to avoid any type of prosecution, which I suppose is very beneficial for him.
It is. It is. And it was quite an unfortunate accident. I would hate for him to suffer undue repercussions for it.
Yes, I hear he is a fine, upstanding gentleman and has a lot of promise. And it doesn't hurt that he has a tremendous amount of money, which is bringing me to my point, which is your friend Thomas has employed me to bring in some special goods from various places around the world. I do believe he has something planned.
Ooh.
And perhaps it is something that you might benefit from. And if I refer you, I may find some benefit myself.
Well, I do love a mutually beneficial agreement.
Mm.
Arrangement.
Yes. But, I don't have the talents that you have, but I do have some understanding of the way things work in the world that is beyond our sight. And I must tell you, though it is not intended for public ears, I do happen to know that some of the materials and items he has been importing have some qualities that I believe you will find very useful.
Oh, Thomas is such... he always comes in a pinch.
He does indeed. No.
Also, just between you and me, he does like a good pinch. Just remember.
Does he? I will have to remember that.
I mean, if we are talking about other mutually beneficial arrangements.
Yes, I do believe so. Well, I have it on good authority that he and his wife merely entered into their marriage as an arrangement to satisfy parents. They both keep their own lovers on the side. Scandalous, you might say, but I call it intelligent.
It is always nice to have the right kind of cover.
Yes. Well, our friend at the museum has been making some inventories on behalf of Mr. Thomas and has quite a list. And it just so happens that I happen to have that list in my breast pocket of my jacket right now. And I suppose I could leave it here for someone to peruse at their leisure.
Well, I mean, especially if you happen to be distracted by and out of the breast pocket of their jacket, Banu pulls out a folded, paper packet.
Mhm.
So not a baggie,
Uh-huh.
but like a sachet.
A sachet, yes.
I don't know if that's how you say that word.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen it written.
No, it is. It is, yeah.
And kind of,
S-A-C-H-E-T, sachet.
if a person happened to be distracted by the contents of, a little medicinal.
Mm.
Is it the wackiest of tobacco?
The wacky tobacco we've
I
gone
think this is
through.
more
Yeah.
little powdery snow.
If you
I
happen to,
see.
a little medicinal sinus
Mhm.
treatment, if you will.
Oh. Well, I do occasionally suffer from allergies. I appreciate your herbal remedies that you provide.
I am here to serve.
Now, Banu, I have to say one more thing before I go. I have observed that young man, the one who's recently moved from China to join your little party. I have observed him making googly eyes at you more than on an occasion. Multiple occasions, if you understand what I'm saying.
Oh,
Is there a flame going here? or just a quick bonfire?
Well, only time will tell, won't it?
You are mysterious as always, and that is what I love about you, my friend.
How else would I keep you coming back if I told you everything all at once? You'd be bored of me in a second.
I eagerly await our next scheduled rendezvous. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a few more deliveries to make before I retire for the evening.
Take care of yourself, and I hope your allergies cease to trouble you.
I'm sure they will pick up. I hear Mr. Thomas has been having the sniffles lately as well, so we shall see about that. Ta-ta for now. Or, as we say in New Orleans, a dukes. And he gives you a little giggle. like you both know that's not how you say it.
It's fine. You know. I sent him off with a little lanyard, but we're all good.
Yeah.
This is for you. This is for you. Also, you two made very lovely, gossipy, lovable characters, and I made the worst asshole of assholes. Now regretting decisions.
No, it's perfect because, like, we have the people that we chose to interact with, and y'all have the people you're related to.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So, do you want to do Jimmy?
I want to know what's on this list.
Because I'll tell you. Yeah. No, go
Yeah.
for that. Go
No,
for that.
what's on the list? So actually roll intelligence plus cosmology
It's encrypted and you don't have a decoder ring.
or occult.
I am going to use my dreamer.
Oh, yeah.
And before I look at it, I'm gonna say I think that there are skills here that I could use
Mm-hmm.
from a divergent path, if you will.
Okay. All right. You're using your dream background?
Yes, I
Okay,
am.
cool.
So that
Ooh,
is
fun.
dream perception, and it's a difficulty 6.
Okay.
I have 4 points in that.
Cool.
Yeah.
And this is basically, and I'm gonna use. Oh, willpower. Why not? Could you? There we go. It's basically Banu going through like a small dance routine
Mm-hmm.
that if you were to watch the whole thing, they are starting with like the normal mannerisms, the normal physicality, everything that you would associate with Banu. And like as the dance progresses, they shift. And it's like a sidestep into a path they might have taken.
Okay. I love that.
Okay. Well, that didn't work out.
No, what'd you roll?
I rolled 1 success and 2 ones. So
Oh, no.
that's 0 successes.
So your
on that dream.
perception plus dream?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so 0 successes.
Womp womp.
But it wasn't a botch. So okay.
So I guess I'll just roll with my you said in cosmology?
Or
Oracle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my occult's worse.
your cult's worse. Yeah. Roll with intelligence plus cosmology.
Okay.
And and no extra dice on that. Because the dream roll failed. But I do before you roll,
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what does the dream look like, feel like? What do you experience? And don't worry about like what the failure was. Just tell me, like what was,
Time is less like a massive river like the Mississippi and more like a branching, like all the tributaries, all the But every time somebody makes a choice, it sends off, like it splits. So there is this like infinite pattern. That's why Manu uses so many of the like these like wire making is so important to their jewelry. So when they start to dream, they send themselves into the state, the rhythm of the steps, and they are attempting to trace back to where the decisions that they made would have led them on an alternate path.
Okay.
So it's almost like going in reverse. And then if I had made a different choice, if I had taken the left instead of the right, and following that, like letting that flow of time carry them forward to the desired location.
Okay. Right. So I think, as you're sort of dancing through, through these branches, and and testing out each one, I think one of the problems that you begin to realize is that so many of them, quite a ways back, and no matter how consequential they seem, so many of them end up in the same way, which is you and all of the mages, essentially, being engulfed in flame, and it's it starts to almost seem inevitable, and you can feel it, like you hear Groves repeating, this is inevitable, as he said right before you left the lab. And, you hear that line over and over before the flames happen, and you finally dance backward far enough that you see sort of the bigger picture, and you see that there's not it's not as inevitable as he wants you to believe. There are paths, there are ways, and including paths that are still available to you in the present. But the experience of that becomes so all-consuming that you have trouble finding you have trouble finding a way back to a space where you could have learned about some of the things on this list, as at least from your personal experience through time.
Like, I'm gonna say that like this dance goes on for an obscenely long amount of time, like much longer than it should have. Like normally it's like, okay, step. Banu knows themselves.
Yeah.
Like this is a dance they have done many, many times. But as it goes on, and they hit all of these different paths that end in flames, you actually see, like, coming up from their feet, like, blisters start to form. Like, there's this smell as, like, the bottom of their pants start to singe. And it goes up and up until finally they come back.
And you jerk back to the present, and in the moment that you're in, staring at the list, and you can still kind of smell the burning. It's just kind of lingering in your senses, even though it was in your dream, but it's like, but it was such an encompassing experience that your senses still remember it, as though it's present. But you look at the list and you draw on what you do know. And so go ahead and roll.
Okay. And this will be a 7 difficulty?
Yes, difficulty 7.
So I'm going to knock that down to a 6 and spend a willpower.
Okay.
Why not? Because.
Oh, is this for magic? Are you magically going to?
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
this. Oh, you're
sorry.
right. Because I
can't spend
can't.
quintessence on mundane rolls.
You were right, but I can't spend willpower on it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
great.
Yes.
So that's my bad.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
difficulty will stay 7, but you got 1
But I
on
have
that
1.
success.
Hey, and that's 1 on the dice as well, with no ones this time.
Oh, hooray!
So
Okay.
that's 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. So you're looking at the list, and some of them you've heard of these before. They're various like various kinds of artifacts and trinkets, and from various cultures around the world that have been heard of. Along the line, not this specific one, but along the lines of like the monkey's paw, or the Ark of the Covenant, that kind of stuff, where it's like lots of people believe that this special magical treasure exists, and this. So some of them are similar to that you've heard of before, but but a lot of them the actual story behind this one, and it's not what people think it is. It's just a mundane thing. But there is one thing that catches your eye, and it will be revealed in a future date.
I'd say I'd love being kept in suspense, but I'm a liar. I wouldn't know. That makes it all the better for you.
It will be revealed at a plot appropriate time. AKA when the GM thinks of it. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, so and you right now, as Thibodeau told you, that these were imported for Thomas, but your contact at the museum, who you and Thibodeau work with, is actually the one in possession of them right now. So yeah. So I'll think about that. So, if you come up with ideas, please feel free to pass me. But we'll talk offline and figure something out that's important and helpful. Okay.
I'm so glad Thomas got out of jail.
Yeah. Wanted to follow up on that a little bit. It seemed like it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I had a little spike of guilt. That was nice.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
But yeah, also, it's been kind of a busy week.
Yeah. There's been a lot going on. Yeah. So, okay. So, all right. So we will meet Jimmy Judson next week.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So
Give you a chance to practice your Mid-Atlantic accent.
right. Yes. Yeah. That's true. Oh, that's a good. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, he's from New York, so
Yeah.
he's got that
Yeah.
radio broadcaster.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I thought about because when you say radio producer and then you say Jimmy, like I think of Stephen Root's character from News Radio. I don't know. So that's where I first went, and I'm like,
Gotcha.
oh yeah. But anyway, but I was also thinking like after those three, I should just make him like bland and boring. Hello, Alexander. It's a pleasure to hear from you.
He saves it all for me.
Got no personality on that.
So, but yeah, we'll because I want to take some time to think about how we'll set up this whole the whole music performance thing. So we'll kind of figure that out. I think they'll broadcast live from the Carousel Room.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah.
I'm envisioning this is going to be like more than a one-time thing. This is going to have to be like a reinforcement. It's going to have to keep going out.
Yeah.
I assume that what's going to be is sort of like a series of roles for me to make
Mhm.
sure that the message is going out and
Yeah.
being reinforced.
Yeah.
But
I'm guessing
you know,
on my end for the performance.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I kind of want to like bring it all together and and figure out a good way to like merge all of these things and see how this plan plays out.
So
And
are you saying we're starting our own radio station? Is this
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mayflower?
So, yes. So
Mage Radio.
you're on WMAG in Seattle.
Oh, it would be K. But
Right. Oh yeah, it would be K. Yeah.
Which I learned
Yeah.
thanks to the
Yeah.
New York Times
Oh,
crossword
yes.
puzzle.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
like, west
W west of the
K.
Mississippi or east of the Mississippi and
Right.
K
Mhm.
west of the Mississippi. Yeah.
What? I'm sorry, am I the only person that didn't know this?
Well, I mean,
Oh.
I didn't know it until like a couple of weeks ago when it was a clue in the New York Times crossword puzzle.
Yeah.
I don't remember where I picked it up, but in one
Yeah.
of the like many things that I read, I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that." And
Yeah.
learned all about that.
Oh.
Because I always thought it was weird because, I grew up in Oklahoma and, in Oklahoma, we don't really learn about other places. And so when I would see like WKRP, on TV and I'm like, radio stations don't start with a W, they all start with K. This is weird. Why'd they make that up? And then
Is that like 555?
yeah, right? Yeah. And eventually I learned like, oh, okay, there are things different in other places that are not Oklahoma. So yeah.
Meanwhile, I just never thought about
Oh yeah.
it. Like, because I grew up in a place that was like the W stations.
hmm Yeah. Oh yeah. What
Speaking
about,
of jingles that'll
Yeah.
never leave my brain.
Yeah.
And
I-
and then I moved to Los Angeles and
Yeah.
literally never. I was like, okay, whatever.
yeah. I just realized, yeah, like what about states where the Mississippi River is in the middle of the state?
I guess
Like,
Louisiana was like actually like
it?
split. Then
Yeah. Isn't it? Because
It must be.
Interesting. Okay, well that is not important to our game. But
That's our game,
That's it,
everyone.
yeah.
Where we have to go research radio.
Sorry.
Naming conventions.
Yeah, this is what happens when you put nerds in games. But but also as Jason pointed out during our character creation session, listening to people talk about Mage is like watching a bunch of high grad students.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Yep.
And I own that, and I think it's wonderful. And yeah, so we will end it there as we see Oliver Gordy and the band setting up for the very first broadcast as Jimmy Judson arrives on the scene, and we will pick it up there next week.
When we get to our montage.
Yes. So
Nobody forget your headbands or leg warmers.
right, yeah. We
They
got
have to be neon colors.
we got some aerobics to do to get ourselves ready.
It's getting metaphysical.
Thank
Oh,
you.
okay. I'll let you.
All right.
Yes, beautiful. Okay. Thank you, audience, for joining us tonight for Trinity's Wake. We will. We'd also like to thank our chat mods for all of their hard work, keeping our chat and our Discord safe spaces. Thank you, especially James V, our chat mod as usual, and the pop-up video type trivia about the 40s and in related facts that James has been putting in the chat, which is still just absolutely wonderful. James, we need to collect all of those and put them into a little collection for
Like a supplemental
yeah.
thing that goes out with the podcast.
I know, yeah. We should,
Footnotes.
oh yeah, we should add them to the podcast notes, definitely. Okay, cool. Thank you to our amazing Patreons who keep us ad-free and independent. It's because of you that we're able to play games we enjoy without worrying about publishing companies or system popularity or adhering to the system. You can join their heroic ranks at happyjacks.org/Patreon. It also gets you access to our additional show, Nerding Out, which is, if you enjoyed the last 5 minutes of this show, you could...
But focus.
Yeah, but focused for an entire hour on some nerdy subject. So there's Disneyland, there's costumes, there's Marvel Phase 1, and what's the last one they did? I can't remember.
I think Marvel Phase 1 was the last one they
Was
put
it the
out.
last one?
No.
No.
We did Batman last episode.
Well, yeah. Preach.
That's true. Sort of.
Yeah, but I think there's another one in there. There's 4. I think there's 4 that have been out so far. But anyway, if you
Star Wars original trilogy.
that's it. That's what it was. Yeah. So so if you join our Patreon ranks, you get access to those as well as debriefs and about our actual plays. The Burning Bright debrief. I don't know if it's posted yet, but was recorded last weekend, and so
Yeah, I think it went out because I saw somebody talking about it on the Discord.
oh, great. Okay, cool. So, so you can get to see special stuff like that, and who knows? Maybe if there's enough Patreon demand, I will just do an entire session as one of my many characters.
Everyone sign up to it.
I'm signing up tonight.
I have to tell you honestly, like doing character voices is one of my favorite reasons to GM. So thank you all for that. That was actually like a blast for me.
Well done.
I love it. I mean, keep in mind my first show on Happy Jacks that I ran Interpol X, which is a Monster of the Week game, and I set it internationally specifically so that I could do every accent I could possibly think of. So so it was a lot of fun. But I've always loved accents and doing character voices. So I have a blast with that. So thank you all. So again, that's me. I'm Adam. You're a storyteller. You can find me on the social medias at Hoobuk, HOOBUK, mostly just on Instagram, where I talk about art, politics, queer stuff, native stuff, labor movement, and post pictures of my cats, who are beautiful. Speaking of people with beautiful cats, who are you?
Hi, I am Pooja, and you can find me on the internet as Forgotten Saves. You can also hear me play more TTRPGs tomorrow on Happy Jacks,
Yeah.
where I play Pinnacles with Jason GMing. It's a lot of fun. We're about to wind down our 3rd season and this whole massive campaign come to an end. You can also find me on Queen's Court Games. The entire campaign of Mekong is now available on YouTube. So proud of all the work that we did there.
Yeah.
So I'd love for people to check that out. And on the back catalog of 12-sided stories. But yes, my cats, Salvador, Frida, they're the most beautiful. And yesterday, Salvador, I wasn't wearing, like, I have a house robe that I wear, but I wasn't wearing it because I was wearing a sweatshirt. So Salvador just curled into my sweatshirt and then emerged from the the neck hole of it like a little cosmic beast.
Aw,
Like,
that's the best. Meanwhile, Tessa ate off part of my hair this morning.
oh no!
We were snuggling after the shower. I had her on my shoulder and I was putting on my toner with the other hand. And normally I notice when she starts trying to eat my hair and I stop her, but I couldn't because my other hand was busy. And then I finally stopped her and pushed her away from my hair and come back with this whole curl 5 inches long that she had just gnawed off and separated from my I'm little freaking weirdo. So yeah, anyway. So yeah, I would much rather, but if she could crawl inside of me, she would. Yeah.
Yep, that's Salvador.
Yeah.
All the time. Also,
Yeah.
he crimed my dinner on Thursday night.
No.
While I was in the bathroom. I came out of the bathroom and I was like, oh, that was why you were licking your lips.
Rude. Okay, Nick.
Hey
how's your
everyone,
cat?
I am Nick, and you can find me at Sungrowler on Insta and X, Twitter. Gosh damn, I can't even think of what that thing is called anymore. But you don't have to, because I don't have a lot of stuff on there. I should post more pictures of my adorable cats, Cryptid and Lily Munster. And they are just, Cryptid is a fantastic little black cat. He's just at the edge of being Goblin Cat. This is one of my favorite things about him. He has fangs that are just not visible. Like if you moved his lips up just the tip of it, there they are. But like normally not. And he is a great little sweet boy, unless he is being humperdink towards the female cats, because I don't know why he was fixed before he ever mated, but he still has that kind of instinct.
Oh no.
And Lily Munster is a beautiful little black and white kitty, and she is the most curious and serious of all the cats that I live with. So she is just an adorable little goth kitty.
Oh, I love it.
And Courtney, feel free to include cat information or not in
Well,
your
I do
biography.
have 2 cats as well.
Yes!
So since we ended early, we can do cat
Pressure's
chat.
on,
Yeah.
Dion. Okay.
You've had time to think. All right. Anyway,
Make
hi-
up some cats. Yes, this is my cat,
Borrowers.
Grumpy and Sylvester.
Yes, you got this. I'll stall. All right. Anyway, my name is Courtney, and you can find me on TikTok at Courtney Lee Craft, where I play the hurdy-gurdy. And I have one video of a cat. Anyway, my cats, they're a pair of really dumb orange boys named Wayne and Garth.
Yes.
They share the single brain cell. 6 days out of 7, Garth has it. Earlier today, just for example of how dumb Wayne is, Wayne was like on a shelf and he couldn't quite get, he tried to walk around the shelf to get on this little perch so he could get on top of it. And I'm like, he's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. And sure enough, he starts to go and then like fumbles and falls onto me and just scratches on my arm as I catch him. The sweet little dumb lad. You look at him and his face just goes, huh?
Oh.
Just
Sweet,
not a thought. And they're
dumb little
the
ginger hippos.
softest
I love-
cats too.
Yeah.
They're so soft and they're very sweet. They're not the cuddliest, but I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm
Awesome.
working on it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
Okay, have you thought of your cats yet?
Hi, I'm Dion, and I am not happy that I'm going last.
Well, you have children, don't you?
Well,
Like-
yeah, I'm gonna give bad news, and then I'm gonna try to make up for it. Okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Because I am aggressively allergic to cats.
Aw.
Like incredibly allergic. Like the last time I spent time with a cat, I ended up in the hospital.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm aggressively allergic to cats. Has to make it's not gonna be secondhand. It has
Yeah.
to be direct contact.
Oh, okay. All right.
But
I was like, have we been killing Dion?
I know.
no.
I was gonna say-
I'm glad I changed it to
Yes.
this. every
No,
time I show up.
no.
Like,
You would know
luckily-
it.
yeah.
Covered in
It's
cat hair.
It's like I would say up and there go my lungs and
Yeah.
it's like I can't breathe. So instead I have 2 dumb fat dogs
Yes,
Um,
dumb fat dogs. Love
and
'em.
a 2-year-old
Yeah.
who just stopped snotting for the first time in like a month and a half.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I have 2 dogs that are real dumb, real cute, real lovable,
Yeah.
real dumb. And then a 2-year-old who's actually really smart for his age, and so that's both amazing and also troubling because
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah.
get away with
Smart.
anything, and he's now taken to mimicking everything. So the
Oh,
love of it is
no.
well, it's both good and bad. It's bad if you say the wrong things,
Yeah.
but the love and the joy of it is now.
Yeah.
If my wife and I ever call each other, it's
Uh-huh.
always a 2-voice thing. So she'll go, Dion, yeah, and I'll come back, huh. So it's like this. It's always
Like
it's
a little echo.
yeah. Or like my wife. No one ever met my wife. She's
Yeah.
very soft spoken,
Mm.
so I don't hear her. So I love that he copies her.
Because
Because she'll go, babe. And I won't hear it. And he'll go, babe. And I go, okay, there we go. I know I'm being called. So yeah. So that's hopefully my cute makeup for the fact that I'm aggressively
Yeah.
allergic to cats.
That is okay.
Very cute.
You're making a human who I'm sure will be wonderful addition to the species. So thank you. So
Hopefully.
yeah,
Also,
I
you have
got
2
it.
fat dumb dogs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
All right, well, one's smart, one's dumb, both fat.
yeah,
There
yeah.
we go.
So,
Always 2 there must be.
The force.
thank you for those who are still around listening to us talk about our wonderful pets and Dion's child. So if you're still here, join us next time, next Saturday for session 10 of Trinity's Wake. If you want to catch up on past episodes, visit happyjacks.org/Trinity's Wake, and you can find all the Happy Jacks APs and our entire backlog catalog on the Happy Jack Network at happyjacks.org. Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful week, and we'll see you all next weekend.
Bye.